Plucking a pheasant really isn't difficult. This bird is in excellent condition. It is perfect for plucking. I'm going to start by removing its tail feathers. Just start by removing one or two at a time, but whatever you can handle really. I'm now going to remove the wing feathers just up to the first joint, because that's where we're going to end up taking the wing off. So the same as with the tail, just a couple of feathers at a time, or just one at a time, taking it right back to the first joint. This will just make it easier to get to the feathers underneath the wing when you come to pluck that area. Same with the other side. Now I'm going to start removing the rest of the feathers from the body of the bird. I'm going to start on the back, and just a couple of feathers at a time, just go against the grain as it were, and flick away. It's important to try and keep the skin tight to avoid ripping it. If there's a pellet that's gone through, there's going to be a little hole, and you pulling at it might just open it up. So keep the skin as tight as you can. Just keep your eyes open for those pellet holes. Try and keep the bin as close to you as possible. There's real no art to this. It's just taking your time, removing the feathers, just a couple at a time. At the end of the day, you want to try and make it look as presentable as possible. There's a little rip open there. You always have to go quite steady around the parson's nose. It's always quite soft there. Just going to remove a few feathers from the front now that are getting in my way on the back. Again, keep it tight, just a few at a time. It's one of those jobs that you could possibly get all the kids involved. These small feathers on the wing are particularly tricky. You do have to pinch quite hard to take them off. Trying to be extra careful here, just where it's torn a bit. Just trying to hold it. Sometimes when it does tear, there's really not much you can do. Let's just go with it. It's not damaging the meat. Same on the legs really. Couple of feathers at a time. It can be quite tricky around the joint, so just take your time. Again, around the parson's nose and around the vent, it gets really soft, so again just take your time. And if it rips, it's not the end of the world, because obviously you're going to open that up when you come to remove the stomach. While you're plucking, if you notice there's a heavily shot area or some damage or a tear or something, you may consider looking to breast the bird off. So we're nearly there now. There's just odd bits that I'm not really happy with. Just around the leg. I want it nice and clean. It's a really good feeling of achievement when you actually pluck a bird from scratch. It's a bit of a talking point as well if you've got a bit of a dinner party or having a meal. So I'm going to pluck just down the neck a bit as well, just so when I come to cut the neck off and the crop, it's nice and easy to get to. So there we have one plucked bird. So the next stage now is to remove the wings, the legs, the neck and the crop, and then obviously the innards. So we're going to start off with the wing. You've got the first joint here. So all I'm going to do is cut through the skin here to the joint, make a single cut along the joint and round, and then I'm going to pull it back on itself so the joint just pops out, and then simply put the knife underneath and bring it through. Then obviously the wing can be disposed of in the general waste. The same on the other side, cut through the skin, round onto that joint, back on itself, knife through. And that just finishes it nice and tidy. You could also do it with a cleaver, but I just find this finishes it and makes it look a bit more professional. So onto the legs, same again. So on the inside there, just make a cut across the front of the joint, break back on itself, knife through, and off like that. So same on the other leg, across the joint, back on itself, and cut away through. Nice and easy. So we're now going to remove the neck and the crop. Because this skin was quite soft, it's already torn a bit, so I can lift the skin up there. Normally you'd make a small incision across the top. What I'm going to do is just reach in and pull the crop out here. What you can see, the crop there is full of wheat, what it's been feeding on. So gently just tease that out. Be careful to do it because if it rips, you'll get wheat everywhere. Just feel back in. Pull it away and pull it through. So that's now the crop removed from inside the bird. So now I'm going to take a large knife and just run that through there. And then with a big sharp push down, cut through and off and dispose of in the bin. So now we're nearly there. Just going to remove the innards of the bird. So what we're going to do is take hold, and where the breast finishes there to the point, we're going to insert the knife and just make a small cut down through the vent down to the bottom of the parson's nose. So now I'm going to insert my 2 fingers up in the top of the bird, following the roof of the rib cage. Pull everything out. I want to try and make sure is that everything's removed from inside the cavity. So feel right back. I can feel now that that's completely empty. Bit of fat there. There we go. Nice and clear. So that's basically it. What I'm going to do now, just to get the shape of a roasting bird, is take hold of the legs and push them up towards the front of the breast, like so. And it just sets the bird in the traditional roasting bird shape. So there we have it. Bird's ready to go. It's in beautiful condition, perfect for roasting. Tamp it down with a bit of kitchen roll. Job done, ready to go.